I've got a really bad habit, everybody. I don't think that habit is eating waffles for lunch, a late lunch. It's not the worst thing in the world. A lot of peanut butter on there, right? And then we got a little half decaf coffee right here. Not bad. Should be a good afternoon snack. Don't worry, I typically don't eat that for lunch, but I have done it a couple days in a row here just because I keep forgetting to go grocery shopping. That's a pretty bad habit there. Got to go get some fresh stuff for the fridge. That would be nice. But I've got a pretty bad habit, and one of those habits is sort of toxic on my everyday life. And I really do need to change this habit. I'm really struggling. And I've been struggling with it for years. And unfortunately, that habit is in relation to like reading comments on the internet. Because my channel, it gets hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of comments every single day. And as a creator, you want to read them. And I do read them. Because I've got a lot of great ideas from the comment section, and I've got a lot of positive reinforcement from the comment section. And there's a lot of like great people in the comment section that I love, like, you know, hearting their comments, responding to them, checking out their ideas, considering the ideas, and just sort of taking all the positive aspects away from the comments that I possibly can. And I typically do this right in the morning and throughout the day and throughout the day again and throughout the entire day. Like, I'm always checking them, always. Now, this is a good thing because, once again, there's a lot of great ideas and there's a lot of great people in the comment section. But this is also a bad thing because not everybody is positive in the comment section, and sometimes it can really rattle me. And it's sort of weird in this world, or at least in my brain, when I read 10 positive things and then I read one negative thing. That one negative thing really sticks with me and it really sort of bothers me. And it'll bother me throughout the entire day. And when you read 10 of them in a day, it can sort of have like a negative toll on you as a creator. And that is one of my, problems. Like, that's an issue that I have. I need to figure out how to not react to that, because in my opinion, I need to read the comments and I need to consider everybody's ideas, but I need to learn how to not linger on the negative ones and just block those out. It's like very important, and for some reason, I just have not been able to figure out how to block those out. And to top it all off, sometimes I make things even worse. I make things even worse. When there's a negative comment, sometimes I take the time to respond to that comment, which is just like the worst thing you can possibly do. And I, for some reason, sit there on my phone and I type out a response and I hit send. And sometimes I'm the person who's now being negative, and I'm the person who is now looking like a fool on the internet who shouldn't be saying those types of things to other people. And I'm sorry if I've ever done anything to that or like that to one of your comments or whatever. Just sometimes as a creator, when you want to like snap back, right? And sometimes I do that, and it's just like the worst thing that you can possibly do. Like, it is just bad. Like, why am I doing that? That's what I think to myself every single time that after I type out a response to somebody. I'm like, why did I just do that? I can't delete it now. Like, why did I do that? And then I takes things to an even more extreme sometimes. I hastily type a comment and respond with great haste, like I just think of a response and I say it, but then sometimes I stew on these things, and I stew and I stew and I stew, and I even come up with bold ideas to change the way that I do things and try and change the dynamic of the way that I like to do things, and also just, make huge significant changes to the channel. Because as of recently, you've seen me create 2 videos talking about different directions. This is another bad habit that I have here. I never close these doors. I'm always exposing my washroom. Brutal. Nobody wants to see that. Get closed. But sometimes, I take some people's ideas and I take their negative comments about my channel and about the way I operate, and I like stew on it for a couple days, and before you know it, I'm thinking about changing everything. You know what I mean? Like, okay, now I'm no longer gonna upload every day. Now I'm no longer going to talk as much in my videos. Now I'm no longer gonna be a vlogger. And it's just like, what do you mean you're no longer gonna do that? Like, that's what you've been doing your entire existence on YouTube. You're just going to change who you are. You're going to change the chemistry of how this channel operates, and you're just going to like make this ridiculous change. No, I don't know. Like, I don't think it's right. And I made those suggestions in the other video there, and then I was like overwhelmed by the amount of positive comments saying, "Hey, don't do that. Please don't do that. I love watching your videos daily. I love watching your daily, the day in the life of Bricksie as he works on his Lego room or his Lego city, and I love watching it while I'm drinking my coffee or whatever it may be." And I read like so many comments saying that. I'm like, holy cow, like this is crazy. Okay, well now maybe I shouldn't be making these changes, you know what I mean? But there's just another habit that I have is I sometimes hastily just come up with new ideas and I present them too quickly. I think of that idea the night before or the day before, and then before you know it, I'm making a video about it. Oh yeah, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna change everything here. This is the idea that we're probably gonna run with. Nothing is set in stone, but we're probably gonna be running with this idea. And there goes Bricksie coming up with another crazy wacko idea. Which would change absolutely everything. So yeah. And that's all sort of derived by what I'm reading about, my channel and the way it's operated. And it's also sort of derived by what I'm seeing on the internet, what I'm seeing other creators do. But that's also another like negative thing that I probably shouldn't do, is compare myself to other creators and compare myself to other people in the same community of content creators. I really shouldn't compare myself to them because, I'm sort of my own breed here. I don't think there's a lot of other channels that are similar to me, so why would I try to change my channel to reflect or be similar to a different channel when I'm sort of unique already in my own way? Does that make sense? Yeah. But that doesn't mean that I can't, try and reinvent things a little bit differently and do things a little bit differently on like the Bricksie channel. I still have been wanting to make these polished videos that I was talking about, and that doesn't mean that I can't do that in the mix of all my other stuff as well, and that's probably the best solution. It's funny, I really wanted to work on the zoo today. Like, I really wanted to just continue working on the zoo, and now it's already 5 o'clock or something silly. I don't know what time it is. 4:09, and I didn't work on the zoo. But that's because I've been actually focusing on something else, and it's in regards to a set. So yeah, I had to take the time to build that. But it's funny, as I was building this set, I'm like, I wish I was like sort of building the zoo. I sort of wanted to change up my monkey cage because I got a lot of so many comments about that, saying how like a lot of people don't like it, but then it was probably like 25% like, 75% not like. So yesterday I was thinking when I was at home, because I sort of took the day off yesterday, I was thinking to myself, I've got a really good idea that's going to involve glass panels on the lower half and then the ladders on the top half. And the glass panels, the 1x6x5 glass panels, are going to be framed with reddish brown. So it matches up with the reddish brown fences. And then the bottom is going to have so it's going to be like stone masonry, and then glass panels framed with the brown, and then the ladders on top of that. And I'm going to clip all sorts of vegetation to the top of the ladders as well. So then we can still see in through the glass panels, and everyone at the zoo can actually see in through the glass panels. It's going to look super cool. I was really eager to jump on that idea today, but I've just been distracted by building an epic Lego set, so I'll have to leave that for another day. But even still, I don't think tomorrow's going to work either because I've got to review a set. And then I actually have my father-in-law's birthday party at my house. So I've got to go do that as well. But I don't have to go do that. But obviously I want to. I'm excited about that as well, spending some time with the family and all that. But eventually, that's going to change. And then Wednesday, what am I doing on Wednesday? Oh, Wednesday, Mrs. Brixie's coming to the studio, actually. And I'm filming a special video that morning. That video, I'm not going to say anything about it, but I'm pretty excited about it. It's something that's been on my mind since I've become a full-time YouTuber, and it has to do with my past. And it's going to be a very informative video. So make sure you stay tuned for that. I'm filming that on Wednesday, and I think I'm dropping that on Friday. And then after that, I'm coming here and hanging out with Mrs. Bricksie, and we have to do a whole bunch of prep for the trip that I'm going on. So I've got to make sure that I have all my camera gear rounded up. I've got to make sure that payroll is done and all the credit cards are paid and all this different stuff, all these different things that I have to do before I go away in this trip. And I told Mrs. Bricksie that we should do that on Wednesdays when she's here so we can just sort of make sure all our ducks are in a row before I take off and make sure that, you know, she's ready to go, like, for when it comes to looking after the children, and she's got a schedule and all that, and just make sure that everything's hunky-dory. So we're going to be focusing mainly on that on Wednesday, and I was hoping to work on the zoo on that day as well. And then Thursday, I've got something extra special happening as well. That video is going to involve an unboxing, the biggest unboxing on this channel ever, and that is going to be dropping on Saturday, and that's when I leave. So there you go. Just like that, my whole week is all gobbled up. I'm always very like strategic in the way that I plan things. For example, my videos, I've always got like a week planned out. So it's just funny when like I want to work on the zoo and I want to get this done, but I also have to film this video, this video, this video, this video, and this video. So when am I going to have time in the mix of all that to work on that? And then for some reason in the mix of all that, I come up with this brilliant idea that I'm going to change absolutely everything. But in that video, I did state that if I did make any serious changes like that, it would take a long time to implement, and it's not going to happen overnight. I did say that. And I also said nothing that I said or nothing that I say in this video is set in stone. Well, yeah. Sometimes I just let that comment section rattle my brain, and it causes me to act in a negative way, which I never want to do. And it also causes me to think of drastic changes that I want to implement, which is sometimes good, right? But sometimes it's not. So yeah. There you go, everybody. Bricksie Talks. That's what I did in this episode. And that's what I sort of wanted this video, or not this video, I wanted this channel to be. A little bit of behind the scenes talking, and a lot more of it's going to be Lego City related after I get back. Because things are going to be just wild when I get back. It's going to be nuts. It's going to be nuts. Like October, November, December, this city and the Bricksie channel is going to be nuts. It's going to be so crazy. Another reason why I shouldn't hastily change things, because one of the reasons why I haven't been able to get as much done as I wanted to get done is because I haven't had the material to do it. And I knew the material was on the way, so I didn't want to buy the material again and again and again. So that's why there's no platforms in the city. That's why there's white space. That's why there's no base plates laid, because that problem is going to be solved here right away. Yeah. Either way, everybody, I'm going to go continue my other project. Thank you so much for coming on by. Please remember to like, subscribe, and stay tuned. Farewell.